Since I was a child, I knew that I loved to cook. I won my first 4-H ribbon for Best Brownies at the Kentucky State Fair when I was only 10 years old. I grew up on a farm, and my way out of the field was into the kitchen with my mom. From learning to cook to decorating cakes, my mom inspired my culinary career. Since then, I've made cakes for country music stars, and for the past 10 years, I've served South Central Kentucky through catering and various restaurants. I'm Elizabeth, and I love to cook, and you can love to cook with me. Hi, this is Elizabeth, and this is Love2Cook. I love to cook, and you can love to cook with me. And today we have a special guest. We have Laura Rogers in the studio.
It's so good to be here.
It's WBKO Midday Live. If you're not familiar with Laura, you're on. When are you on now, Laura?
Early in the morning, AM Kentucky from 5:30 to 7, and then midday is 11 to noon, and then replays at noon on WBKO.
Now, I was going to ask you about that. So when it replays, it plays on a Fox station.
Yes, right after. So we're live from 11 to noon, and that replay immediately starts at noon on the Fox.
Which I love because if I miss the cooking section, I can always catch it on the second round.
You get a second chance.
Yeah, and a second chance to get the recipe too. Yeah. So I'm so glad that you came to be with me today, and you brought your own recipe.
I did. So this is called an Asian slaw, and it's something that we have a lot. Like if my mom is entertaining, and we've been talking about that, she is this effortless, flawless entertainer that we'll have with a lot of other things. Of course, it's a side dish, or you can have it with whatever you're serving, you know, as a side dish to your entree at home. But it is a really good slaw, and it's pretty easy to make. It's just a lot of layering, and then you do have to whisk up the what you pour on top of it.
And you need easy because you've got a hectic life.
Well, yeah, I mean, probably no more than anyone else, but for me, I'm just not really skilled in the kitchen, and you know that. I don't have a lot of self-confidence in the kitchen.
You know, I used to think that. When I first started coming on your show, I thought you didn't cook, but I've come to realize you know more than you think you do.
Well, that's because I have people like you who are giving me a cooking lesson every time. I mean, midday is like the greatest cooking lesson every time we have a show on.
I agree with that. I see a lot of great cooks on there.
That's how I've learned a lot of what I'm able to do.
Well, let's get on to it because we're going to start. Now, your slaw calls for a bag of slaw, and which is great if you're in a hurry. You can also go to the farmer's market. Well, you know all about the farmer's market. And so I picked up some little heads of cabbage, some baby carrots and things. So you can go the easy route or you can go
Yes, and I know that is going to be tastier. I totally get it. I did do the bag in my Asian slaw.
Either way is great.
Yeah. Now, how did you go about shredding your cabbage and your carrots?
I sent it down a mandolin and then just grated the carrots, but you can use the bag. It's great. There are some people, you know how it is. Some people just don't like the bag things. And so.
Oh, I totally get it. Yeah,
but I use it. I use the bag. I use the bag whenever I need to.
Yeah.
So we're gonna turn on and get started.
I like this little stovetop deal. So you can take this with you. This would be good. Like
I know, I bring it with me everywhere.
Yeah, if you were camping or something, this would be really nice to have the portable cooktop.
So you're going to whisk together your...
Yes, what do we call this? What you put over... I want to call it like a dressing or something.
It is a dressing.
That's a dressing?
It's going to be a hot dressing.
Yes. And so another funny thing about this salad is the fact that it uses ramen noodles. Because we think back to like our college days or whatever. You know, being a kid, it's easy, something kids can do. Or like you're a poor broke kid in your dorm. Ramen noodles is what's for dinner. But so this is nice because it's going to go in the salad, but you're also going to use the little flavoring in your dressing.
I love that.
Yeah.
And another reason I love it is if you eat it immediately, you've got crunch, crunch, crunch.
Yeah.
And if you wait the next day, you've got a whole other texture going on, too.
Yes, exactly. It's going to soften a little bit.
It's really good to take to events. To church and school or whatever.
And this makes such a large portion. I said earlier when I got here, I'm like, I probably should have just halved it to do at my house because it's just my husband and me. But if you are doing this to take to a potluck or a family gathering or something like that, it makes like 8 to 10 servings at least. You want me to go ahead and start on the dressing?
Yeah, because I think we're on.
Okay.
Or maybe we're not.
Does this warm up pretty quickly or is this a slower heat? You want me to go ahead though and start putting this in there?
Oh, does that go in there?
It does.
Well,
it does. That's how I'm going to do it. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's your recipe.
I know, but you're the pro though. You're really like, wait a minute.
Well, it's not my recipe.
Um,
I have to admit, I have a confession. I made it at Christmas,
and entirely made it wrong. So I'm
Well,
excited
no,
to
I'm
see you make it right.
Well, no, this could be the wrong one. I think there are a lot of variations on something like this, and so yours could have done it totally different. Did you actually cook this with the ramen when you did it? Did you use the flavorings? Do you know?
I cooked my noodles.
Okay, well, see, now I'm not going to do that in this salad, but like you said, if you want to do that, you could soften them up or just let them, once they chill for 24 hours with that dressing in the salad, they're going to get a little softer.
I think at Christmas I just decided I wanted to do it, but I didn't look around to see how anybody else was doing it.
Because you know what you're doing, you don't need a recipe.
Well, so the boys loved it. My son took all that was left home with him.
Oh yeah, it's a crowd pleaser. It is. So yeah, I'm gonna put these in here, and we did go with the beef flavored ramen. That's what this recipe calls for. I don't know if it matters if you get like a chicken flavor or seafood flavor, but
I got tickled when I saw it. I'll take that. I got tickled when I saw it because my brother lived in Bangkok, Thailand for 25 years, and he eats some crazy kinds of ramen.
oh, I bet some really
And
good
so
ramen.
as soon as I saw that
Yeah.
beef flavored ramen, I thought, ooh, what if he used the shrimp or the hot whatever?
Yeah.
But now he's got some crazy ramen flavors he brought home.
I bet it's really good stuff. And I mean, nothing against these ramen noodles, but I bet your brother is probably spoiled by like real ramen.
I don't know. He brought home fried crickets one time.
Whoa.
They tasted like Cheetos. I'm going to say. I
They're
did eat them.
crunchy. Did you put some cheese
They
on
were
there?
Cheetos with little eyeballs.
Oh, wow. See, you're an adventurous eater. I'm not that brave. Okay, so also we're going to put half a cup of sugar in here. So let's see. And then 3/4 cup of vegetable oil. That's right here.
I got everything ready for you. I should have. I didn't want you to have to drive around with stuff in
You're
your
so
car.
kind. Thank you so much. I am so silly in the grocery store. It took me forever to find the ingredients for all of this. I'm
bless your
wandering
heart.
around. No, it's me just being me. And they're like, have you never been in a grocery store before? No, the employees there were very helpful. And then this was vinegar. That was 1/3 cup of vinegar. And so that's what's going to go in the dressing that's going to go pour over your slaw once we get that all assembled.
So it's simmering up and getting warm. You think we're about there, Laura?
Yeah, I think so. You just want to make sure that the grains and your sugar and all of that has dissolved in the sauce, and you just whisk this over. You have this on 350 on this cooktop, I guess, just over a medium heat.
That's
you
a
would
medium.
say.
Yeah, medium
Yeah.
high.
And
I like that about this because it gives you those temperatures so you know what you're working with.
Exactly. Yeah, it does. I like that too. I have a gas stove in my kitchen at home, and it heats up so fast.
Wow, yeah.
And sometimes I still forget that it's gas, and so immediately after turning it on,
That's it.
something is getting really, really hot. So yeah, I have to watch it and be careful
Well,
with
I've
that.
turned you off, so let's put the rest of it together and we'll
Okay.
let that sit there.
Okay, cool.
So,
So you're going to use your ramen noodles, and you're going to want to crush them. So we've just kind of used our hands here today. But if you wanted to use a chopper or something like that, sometimes it's really good to get out of aggression to use your chopper.
I
you
like
can do
leaving
that.
them in and crushing them in the
Yeah,
bag.
that's a great way to do it.
Yeah. Now let's mess because they were flying everywhere. It was like
Yes.
ramen crazy in here.
Woo! All right, so you're going to use your 2 packages of your ramen, and you're going to put that in with your slaw. And also you're going to do your almonds, which I bought mine sliced and toasted and ready to go. I think you actually toasted yours.
And I like slivers. I like that extra crunch. So I got slivers because this is going to be my supper.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're going to do with your half, but my half's going to be my supper. So I bought what I like.
Hey, that's the way to go. Yeah, this is, again, with every recipe, you can just really modify it to be whatever you want.
Oh, that's what I tell everybody. A recipe is just like your GPS. It can get you kind of there, but if you want to take a different street and take a different view, absolutely. So when you've got the recipe, if you like something a little better, put it in there.
I like that analogy because I get lost when I try to go my way, and I get lost in the kitchen when I don't follow recipes. That's really funny.
I love that. I mean, I love having a guide.
Yeah.
But, sometimes I want to go over there. Mm-hmm. And that's the way food is.
Yes, I agree. So that was a cup of the almonds sliced and toasted, or you can do the slivers if you want to do that. And then this is a cup of sunflower kernels.
Which I like. That was not in what I did. So I love that you're adding those.
Yes.
That's a whole lot of protein. Because this is actually vegetarian.
Yeah, it's the beef flavored ramen, and I don't know how that works. If that has animal product in it, I'm really not sure.
I'm sure a vegetarian could fix that part of it.
Yes, you could.
Because everything else is good to go.
Sure, you could even leave that out of this if you want, but it does add that extra flavor and seasoning
does.
to your dressing. So you add
I
your.
think they make vegetable. Don't they make vegetable ramen?
They probably do.
Oh, my brother gets crazy kinds.
Oh, I bet he just has access to. Is he still in Thailand or is he home now?
No, he's home now. He's older now, so he's resting.
But if you, yes, I understand that. He's probably glad to be back here at home with his family. If you look in the Asian food aisle at the grocery store, then you might find some other types of ramen and other brands that you like better, and you could go that route if you wanted to.
But be careful, because I've tasted some of them and they're rowdy.
I bet. Got a kick to them?
They're rowdy.
Is that just rowdy? That sounds kind of fun, actually.
Yeah.
And so also we took a bunch of green onions, and you want to chop up your green onions. And so this is going to add some color to the salad, as well as, again, some more nutrition to it. And that's going to go on top here. And
I love the way this looks already.
I do too. It's a really pretty salad.
It is. I love it.
And so we've whisked up our dressing. Just to recap, this was the seasoning from the ramen, vinegar, sugar, and vegetable oil. And once you whisk that and you make sure that everything is dissolved and that's all done, then you're going to pour that over the top. Do you want me to go ahead and do that?
Absolutely. This is actually just an oil and vinegar emulsified dressing, so.
Mm-hmm. And you pour it on there.
I'm gonna toss.
And ideally, you're able to let that chill in the refrigerator for 24 hours. That's going to get that dressing coated all over everything in the salad. It's going to be just a really, really yummy,
I love
different take on your classic coleslaw. It's really good stuff.
Laura, what's your favorite memory in the kitchen with your mom?
You know, I remember having these big Sunday morning breakfasts with my family because, you know, Sunday mornings are a little more relaxed. It's not like school mornings where you're like grabbing grapefruit and Pop-Tarts as you run out the door. And my mom making homemade biscuits. And that was the best thing in the world. I remember those biscuits. Now we eat biscuits out of the can. So I miss those homemade biscuits and my dad doing like the bacon and eggs and the sausage and all of those classic breakfast things. But that was always just a good time being around the table for breakfast, watching Sunday morning on CBS and then, you know, getting ready for church after that. And so I remember that. But my mom was so good. Here she was, a full-time teacher, taught home economics, which now is family and consumer sciences, in high school. And then all the things that she did after school, and then still at night having dinner on the table for us to have dinner together as a family.
That's the way it used to be.
Yes, and it was a great way to spend quality time.
And you have a brother.
I do have an older brother, yeah.
And he has a fairly new baby.
He does. I'm
How
an
old is she
aunt.
now?
She was born in May, and so she's like 8 months?
Wow, is she walking yet? Not quite.
Not quite walking, but she's getting close to crawling and sitting up, and I do. I love her so much. She is so precious. Her name is Allison, and she's just the sweetest little baby in the whole wide world.
Speaking of your family, this is Laura's finished product. And tell us about this bowl because it's amazing.
I know you saw this bowl and you said, is this vintage? And I said, actually it is. And I've always loved this bowl. So I made this salad last night to show you today, but this bowl was my dad's. He had great taste, right?
Yes, I love it.
My daddy's 74 years old now, so this was his when he had his bachelor pad in his 20s. And so, I mean, this bowl, is
so
at least 50 years old.
In style.
Yes.
Do you have any of those colors in your kitchen now?
I do. My walls are this color.
I love
Is that not funny? Yes. And it was like that when we moved in, and we love it. We haven't changed it. But yeah, they're this tealish turquoise color, and it adds a lot of bright.
Kitchen too, so I know it has to be.
Yes, I love it. And so yeah, the bowl complements it. But this is still layered up where I did it last night. But then of course you'll want to toss it before you actually serve, and it's been chilling. Not quite 24 hours, but it's getting close now. It would be ready to go.
So Laura, I scooted you over because I want to do a little something with your salad. First of all, here are some chicken tenders, and I thought how nice it would be to show what a lovely side dish. Just
Yeah.
look at those
That
colors.
looks so good.
It does. Look at what you did. Look what you did.
I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of
did
you too.
something.
That is delicious. And so there's a meal with some chicken tenders, and you could make them or you could buy them because you don't have to cook everything. You could grab some chicken tenders on the way home.
Yeah.
Have your salad that you made, and have a great meal because I like to eat off my own dishes. I like to eat with real, and I kind of
too.
like to sit on the. I kind of like to sit on the couch and watch a little TV.
Yes, that is one of the most indulgent things to do after you've been working hard all day.
Yeah. So, so if this is what you chose to do, just buy a few chicken tenders. So the next night, the leftover chicken tenders, I chopped the breading off and then just gave the chicken tenders a quick chop. And we're going to turn this into a main dish, which is what we love to do because there's always leftovers. And
Yes.
as good as this is, after a day or two, you're kind of tired of it.
Yeah.
So we're going to turn it into an Asian-inspired meal. So we're going to use a little sesame oil and give it another flavor. So what I'm going to do is put that in there. And I'm going to throw in this chicken just long enough to warm it up.
I love this idea because the chicken is going to keep in the refrigerator for several days, right?
And so is this. So
Yeah.
This would make a great meal to take with you to work. It would go right in the Tupperware, a one-dish meal.
Yes, and I know a lot of people are meal planning because we're still near the beginning of the
Yes.
year and we're trying to keep those
right.
New Year's resolutions on
That's
track.
right.
And we know when you plan your meals, you're less apt to hit a drive-through and eat unhealthy.
I don't think that this is the most unhealthy meal. I mean, I'm sure it's got some oil, some fats in it, but as far as management of your money goes,
Yeah.
this is a budget pleaser.
I mean, it has ramen noodles.
It has ramen
doesn't
noodles
get more
and
affordable
leftover
than that.
chicken tenders.
The only thing, of course, we did put that sugar in the dressing that we put over the slaw, but it wasn't a ridiculous amount of sugar.
It
What was it,
wasn't.
half a cup? And you could probably even cut some of that out if you wanted to not have as much sugar. It just might have more of a bite to it with the vinegar.
So, just going to heat all of it up
This is
together.
going to be great.
It is.
Oh my gosh. I would
And
never
you're
even
getting
thought
two
to do
meals.
that, though.
As soon as you sent me the recipe, I thought, got to do that.
Yes.
Just have to do it. So this is a quick and easy. So what food could somebody set in front of you that you would immediately think, oh, I'm thinking about home, I'm thinking about...
Oh, man. You know, in the summertime, we like to grill, and my dad is a beef farmer, so throwing steaks on the grill, baked
A
potato.
daddy's girl.
Yeah. Side salad. I am a daddy's
You
girl.
are a
Yeah.
daddy's
My mom
girl.
and I are close too, but yeah, that steak and baked potato and salad and a roll with butter on it. I mean, that was just always a really good family meal. And
And in just that quick, quick.
I mean, you did that so fast because the chicken's already cooked, so you don't have to worry about that. You're
Yes.
just heating it up, right?
And you're just heating it up. So I really spent more time on the chicken, and I love the way those nuts look in there.
They do, yeah. With the almonds and the sunflower
So
seeds.
there's your hot meal.
There you go.
And you could take some...
yeah, yeah. Mom will be happy that you put some green in there.
So absolutely. If I had a fork, I'd taste of it.
With Guaranteed Pest Control, everyone wins, except the pests. Call Guaranteed Pest Control today to schedule your free inspection and estimate. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Lakeside Animal Health on Scottsville Road in the Haywood community of Barron County offers veterinary services, boarding, and grooming for your pets and farm animals. Visit their website at lakesideanimalhealth.com. Lifespan Healthcare, located at 910 Columbia Avenue in Glasgow, wants to keep your family healthy. Their staff is committed to providing personalized care for all your health needs. Call to make an appointment. Ralphie's Fun Center on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow are ready to host your next birthday party. With bowling, laser tag, roller skating, mini golf, and arcades, you can't go wrong with Ralphie's Fun Center. Family fun for all ages. Love2Cook's own Elizabeth Buckley with a Square Cakes and Catering can handle your wedding reception or company banquet, serving delicious homemade food and even better desserts. Book Elizabeth for your event today.
Well, I'm excited to try this.
I am too. I haven't even tried the salad. You want to go for it?
I'm going to try yours first.
Okay.
Because I want to know both ways.
I'm kind of curious myself how this turned out.
That's a yum.
Pretty good.
Oh, and the nuts. The nuts are
crunch.
so crunchy. And you
Yes. And you thought I was going to cook the ramen, but I didn't. I could have put more ramen in it. Should I tell on myself? I called for 2 packages of ramen, as we showed you earlier. I forgot. I only did 1 package when I made this last night. So mine could use some more noodles. But I don't think they're too crunchy, the one I'm tasting.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so
Oh.
delicious. Well, I'm dying to try it once we've turned it into chicken.
Man, this place is fun. You get to eat.
Mmm.
Good?
I love sesame oil.
That is good.
They're almost 2 totally different. You know, they're almost 2 totally different things now.
That is really good with that chicken in there.
And you can use just the lightest of sesame oil, or I'm heavy-handed, and I'm just going to stand here and tell you because I love me some sesame oil.
No, I think it's great. I didn't think it looked like you even added that much, to be honest with you. What would you say, a couple of tablespoons, if that?
Oh yeah, it was just 2 tablespoons, and with the sesame seeds, that was meant to be together. That was a marriage made in heaven.
Yeah, that's really, really good. And then here again, you paired with the chicken tenders, which are breaded, and then this one.
If you take this
without
into
the breading.
WBKO, you'd have to share with Chris Allen.
He and I would fight each other for it. He would like it, I think.
I think so.
He would like it. Yeah, he's not too much of a picky eater. He and I both like to eat.
Maybe someday he'll come up here and make his sausage balls for me.
He would love to do that. That is a Chris Allen Christmas staple.
I hear people asking for that recipe.
Yes, he is generous with a recipe. He posted on his social media every Christmas.
I saw that.
And Thanksgiving and Christmas. But yeah, that is a big deal. His sausage balls, world famous. You ever travel overseas?
Now, what do you
they're
think
gonna
your
know about it.
world famous recipe would be?
Wow, that's really, you know what I like to make at home, and it's pretty simple, just like this was. I mean, come on, I'm not very complicated. I'm still learning in the kitchen. I have all these cookbooks. I need to be doing more reading and studying and research, but I really like to fry an egg and toast a piece of bread. See how simple this is going? And slice up an avocado. And
I knew.
Yes, I love avocado. And put some cheese on there too. I have to add the cheese because I want cheese on everything. And I love grilled cheese. And I know that sounds really simple, but I like to get fancy with the grilled cheese. Like I'll add all different kinds of cheeses, put avocado on my grilled cheese. You know, you can put a lot of good toppings. Maybe put like a jam on your grilled cheese.
You lost me at the jam.
Add that sweet to the cheese. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Some Gouda. Smoked Gouda is my favorite.
Yeah, I love all different. I've never met a cheese I didn't like. I like them all.
You know, that is true. Although my grandson's always saying, don't bring me those stinky cheese.
Stinky cheese. Like a fancy cheese.
Anything that's fancy, stinky cheese. Although the truffle cheese and the blue cheese, you know, he's not about that.
Yeah,
He's hilarious.
I know.
The last 3 nights, he's been with her the last 3 nights, and we've sat down to eat, and he'd say, "This is delicious, Nana. You should sell this."
Oh, cute. He's your biggest fan.
He is my biggest fan.
That is
and
so
I'm his
sweet.
biggest fan.
Of course you are.
And you're going to be the same way with that niece.
I know. She's very special to me.
She's going to be a mess in your hands.
She'll be a good cook because they live across the highway from my mother, and so and we know grandmothers are the best cooks.
Golly,
Let me tell you,
yes.
my mom is amazing, but both of my grandmothers were the best cooks. I miss their food to this day. And yeah, such good food. And so she's going to learn from her, and she's going to be a great little chef in the kitchen.
I think that a lot of people miss out. Young people miss out on that now. And I think if you ate more at home, they would have those special memories. My grandmother, I thought she was a great cook, but she made this spaghetti. And every Sunday we would go over there, we would have this spaghetti. It was out of a can.
Yeah, but
it's
it
not
seems
good.
special.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Now that she's gone, it tastes terrible.
But
But
it
on
was the
Sundays,
memories. Yeah.
out of her white bowl, out of that white milk bowl, it was the best thing we ever had. The bowl was always empty.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
things are priceless, those memories.
They are. It's the experience of itself. And I think that's the thing. Even if you are just having a grilled cheese for supper, if you do serve on like your nice plates and you set the table and maybe you do
right.
pour yourself a glass of wine. I mean, you get wine and grilled cheese. That's so I do it. But yeah, I mean, if you just make it an upscale dining experience with what you have, spending time with those you love, talking about your day.
I love it. I don't like to eat out. I like to eat food that's been prepared out but I like to bring it home and eat it on my plate and watch TV and
I
talk.
understand that. It's comfortable.
And rub the fur babies.
Yes, mine too. I have two kitties. What pets do you have?
I have dogs and cats and lots of cats. Well, I moved 18 cats to the state of Kentucky 4 years ago, but we're down to 4.
18 cats? She literally herded cats. How did you do that?
You will find that we had a store down there, and you'll find that when you have 1 or 2, people think that you want more and more. So people would drop them off, or if they got hurt and didn't know what to do with them. So we ended up with, it took 3 or 4 of them to make a whole cat sometimes, because they would be missing legs and ears and whatever. But so we had a lot, and so we couldn't leave any of them. They were all, they all came to Kentucky, and some of them lived and some of them didn't, and so
it's a hard life
some
for
of
a
them
cat
came in the
sometimes.
house. Some of the outside cats were smart enough to realize that it was bad outside. They came in.
They'll find you, and you don't have the heart to put them out once they get all cozy in the house. But you're talking about having all these cats out. We had one, and one day I walked to the post office, and I was walking back home. My neighbor had a kitten on her porch, and next thing I know, I'm bringing that kitten home.
It works that way.
And I said, I already have a cat. She's trying to get me to take the cat. And she said, cats are like potato chips. You can't have just one.
And that's so
How do you argue with that? So now we have 2 kitty cats. And
when Bobby came back into my life, I had 1 cat. And he said, come move with me to Dixon, Tennessee. And I said, okay. And I said, the cat hasn't been fixed, and I don't let it outside. And he said, oh, it's okay. There's no more cats in Dixon, because, he didn't have animals. And that started the cat business.
Yeah, they find a way.
there were the
they
cats.
multiply quickly.
It's kind of like when you buy a new car, and suddenly you see that car everywhere.
Yes.
When we brought the cat down there were cats everywhere, so we ended up with extras.
Oh, yes. Hey, this is a good time to say spay and neuter your animals, because you might think nothing's going to happen.
That was so funny that he said that, though. I remember that to this day. He said, oh, there's no more cats here. It's okay.
Yeah. Famous last words, Bobby.
Well, Laura, it has been fabulous for you to be here. And I just think that food is so much more than just cooking and eating. It's memories and the things that come along with it. And you have been great today, and I love your salad.
Well, thank you. I'm so glad you like it. And I agree. You think about it, every major holiday we have, we celebrate with what? A big meal or food in some way.
And that's true. That's true. We celebrate around food, and so it's natural that it would be. So if you're not cooking at home, come Love to Cook with us. We love to cook, and we want to love to cook with you. I'm Elizabeth. This is Laura, and thanks for coming in to see us.
The Barn Lot Theater in Edmonton is proud to present plays and productions featuring local talent and entertainment for all ages. Check for upcoming productions on their website at barnlottheater.org. Strippin' and Dippin' Taxidermy specializes in European-style mounts, hydrographics on weapons and outdoor equipment, and is veteran-owned and operated. Look for Strippin' and Dippin' Taxidermy on Facebook. Expect to get fresh cuts of top-quality meats daily. Like them on Facebook to see weekly sales and specials. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home in Glasgow is proud to help families honor the life of their loved ones through personalized attention to detail, forever celebrating the life of those we held close. Visit crowfuneralhome.com for more information or contact the staff at A.F. Crow & Son today. Save-A-Lot in Edmonton is on West Stockton Street. Check out their fresh produce, fresh meat cut daily, and special meats cut to order for your family events. Expect savings up to 40% throughout the store. Their team will be glad to help you have a great shopping experience.